In this video, we're going to talk about Ripple, who's been pitching interoperability for CBDCs. There are some pretty big players out there, and they are investing big time in startups. Also, the crypto asset class crosses the $1 trillion mark. Let's go.
And now, the XRP Minute with Chip on the Chain.
Chip here with the XRP Minute. If it's your first time here, like, subscribe, click that notification bell below, and you'll be notified anytime we drop a video. Also, there's a link below that you can see our live streams. We usually live stream pretty much daily and do several other shows, so you can click on that. Now, let's dive into the shallow end head first for some maximum impact. Ripple presents its platform to bridge gaps between two different currencies as CBDCs supersede the existing financial system. Now, this is picked up on Ripple Coin News, and wanted to get into this. Following the OCC's decision to permit federal banks and thrifts to utilize a stablecoin and blockchain, Ripple's presenting itself as a neutral bridge for the bank-issued stablecoin CBDC central bank digital currencies. Ripple published a report on Wednesday on the progression of CBDCs and put a ton of belief in CBDCs and cited them as a vital tool to transform and protect the sector's future. Now, the whole idea of a CBDC is that if you're going to go ahead and launch one of these, you're definitely going to need the interoperability that's going to be necessary. You're going to need to be able, it's great that you have it in your own digital asset or whatever country, whatever central bank you have, but at some point, you're going to need interoperability between other digital coins and or cryptocurrencies and or fiat. So that's something that Ripple's been bringing, and it's going to be a huge thing. And this is something they put up on their website: partnership, interoperability, and neutral bridge currencies. It's a short little article here. They put this together, and one of the key things is they talk about, much like the common standards that allows the internet to become a global tool for exchange of information. The paper argues for CBDCs as a means to create open payment protocols and facilitate the frictionless exchange of value. So everybody understands the open standards protocol that happens with the exchange of information. We've been on the internet for, 26, 27 odd years. So it's going to be very similar to that. And it's definitely something that they're looking out for. And the timing is right given that OCC decision. Also, we've crossed the $1 trillion mark for cryptocurrencies. This is a booming asset class, and it's starting to grow up, starting to get a little bit of legs here. And Bitcoin obviously rising to an all-time high of 40,000. You know, what's on the horizon for Bitcoin? 50,000, 75,000, $100,000. You know, where will it stop? I don't think it stops. I think it continues to go. Momentum's been building over time, and it's anyone's guess when or where we might eventually top out. Maddie Greenspan, founder of the foreign exchange and cryptocurrency analysis for Quantum Economics, told clients in a newsletter. The gains came after a day of turmoil in Washington, blah, blah, blah. The upshot, according to Bloomberg, is that global investors are now focusing on the likelihood that a Biden White House, backed by a legislature controlled by Democratic Party in both chambers, could easily pass new stimulus. And stimulus is something we're definitely going to need. Let's go on to this one. South Korea gaming giant Nexon preparing to acquire crypto exchange Bithumb for about $460 million. So we're starting to see a lot of acquisitions happen in the space. We're starting to see a lot of investment in the space. And so this is a pretty big one too, because this acquisition right here, so local outlet Meikang is reporting the news saying that the Nexon is known to have signed a memorandum of understanding with Bithumb at the beginning of the month to acquire its 65% stake. Nexon is reportedly working together with Vidente, a major shareholder in Bithumb, to acquire the stake. So essentially what they're doing is they're buying the controlling, they're working with another partner or another investor in the company to acquire the controlling stake in the company. So this is a pretty sizable deal. We also have Visa getting back in the game. Now, Visa has been very, very busy with in the digital asset space with their investments. You got Visa-backed Bitcoin startup to launch Lightning-based global payments app. Zap's announcing Strike Global, a Bitcoin payments app for global remittances. Zap, a Lightning Network payments, it's backed through Visa through its Fintech Fast Track program. That's a great program that Visa set up. and they've been, you basically can apply to the program, and they've been looking for, different ways to invest in there, and they're really one of the players. Also have to say MasterCard, they also see that, they have to grow as a company and an organization, and even though the old systems of how cards work, there's going to be a new system coming up, and there's going to be some sort of hybrid going forward. The announcement by CEO Jack Mallers goes in depth into the differences between a standard fiat transfer mechanism and the Lightning-powered mechanism in Strike Global. Strike Global is not too unlike traditional fintech apps, but it uses the Lightning network for settlement. This means the payments can essentially be instantaneously and at a fraction of the cost of traditional payment rails. Strike Global has two different types of transfers depending on the recipient's location. For countries with a developed banking system, Strike allows users to send payments without going through Bitcoin themselves. Strike will automatically withdraw money from the user's bank account, exchange it in BTC, then exchange it back to the recipient's fiat currency and banking system. System largely piggybacks off the existing Bitcoin exchange's infrastructure, which already allows for much cheaper, simpler remittances if users are willing to go through them manually. What does this mean for the ecosystem? It's very good, because the more we start to see adoption of faster, quicker payment rails, instantaneous, it's great for the whole ecosystem. It means greater adoption and more people jumping in. Now we've got PayPal is also jumping into the game. They are backing a crypto tax startup called TaxBit. This out of Reuters of London. PayPal Holdings venture arm made an investment in Salt Lake City, Utah-based startup tax-based startup TaxBit, which helps consumers and businesses calculate the taxes owned on cryptocurrency holdings. And this is going to be very big, right? So as in the United States and as in other countries, as your regulators start to really realize how they're going to tax transactions or acquisitions or payments, whatever it may be, when you're holding crypto, whether it's in a cold storage wallet, online, when you start moving stuff or realizing profits, you're going to have to rely on some sort of a mechanism that's going to be able to calculate that, because it could get very difficult very quickly, right? So TaxBit also raised funds from Coinbase Ventures. So you've got Coinbase going into the game, you got PayPal jumping into this, and it's phenomenal to see this happening. Because again, when you start seeing the big companies start pouring money into the fintechs, it means that greater widespread adoption is happening. More and more people are adopting the technology, and it's getting out to the masses. And when we're looking at getting it out to the masses, it's probably one of the greatest things we can hope for, because you always say, well, when is the mass adoption going to happen? Mass adoption happens now. It's people going into technologies. Now, you may use an app. You may not understand exactly how you're able to transfer. Like Bitcoin can be, there's no phone number to call. You don't just call up the help desk, get Bitcoin. So you have to do a little bit of research. Now, apps that are going to come into play here, like this Strike, is going to be a lot easier for people to navigate, manage the space, because a lot of the work is going to be done behind the scenes for them. Like using the Lightning network for the settlement and remittances. You don't have to get involved in that. Use a simple app. You'll be able to click a button. You'll be able to click where you're going to send it to, and you're done. You're out. And this is the kind of widespread adoption we look for. Again, if it's your first time here, please like, subscribe, click that notification bell. Go to our other channel. We do live streams, usually daily. And I wanted to say, if you're here and you've been here for a while, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Best way you can support the channel is to simply share this with as many people as you can. And it helps us get it out there to the other people out there, right, in the community. We talk a lot about Bitcoin news. We talk about XRP, Ethereum, mostly the top 5, 10, with a heavy focus on XRP. I'm Chip. That's all I know. I'm out of here. I'll see you on the next one. Chip out.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.